homes abused and exploited women and other people for years.
Now to the latest on Diddy's indictment. The embattled music mogul placed on suicide watch at a detention center in New York City. This is we're hearing from people who say they attended his infamous parties and are not surprised by the allegations against him.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Celebrity Spotlight. Today, we're spilling some hot tea that's got the internet buzzing. We're talking about Diddy. Yes, the king of throwing the wildest, glitziest parties, but not for the reasons you think. There's a lawsuit in the mix, and the details, straight up insane. So grab your popcorn, cause this story is a roller coaster. And hey, before we dive in, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this drama-filled saga. Trust me, you're gonna wanna stay in the loop. All right, so here's the setup. Imagine winning a radio contest and scoring an invite to one of Diddy's iconic parties. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, not for one woman. She's come forward with some wild claims that she ended up in the hospital after attending one of these so-called exclusive events. Yep, you heard that right. What started as a night of glitz and glam turned into an absolute nightmare. Now, rewind to 2004. Diddy's white party in the Hamptons was the event of the year. We're talking Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige, Al Sharpton, and even Paris Hilton, all under one roof, or, well, under the stars.
We've actually spoken with several people who say, frankly, they're not surprised by any of this. This, as the attention in terms of the investigation, now shifts to some of Diddy's friends and employees.
This is Diddy. Like at a Diddy party, he's always gonna be turning up.
No face, no name, his voice distorted out of fear of retaliation over this.
If y'all not at Diddy's house, y'all not nowhere.
He tells us and shows us several elaborate parties thrown by music mogul P. Diddy at his homes in LA and Miami Beach. He too is in the music biz. We spoke with several others as well, describing 24 hours of partying at a time.
Sometimes they provide breakfast in the morning and it's like you could chill. I'm just wild on how he's just able to keep all that energy. He just has a lot of energy, like to be that age and to be throwing these parties so frequently.
And Diddy, he didn't just arrive. Nah, this man descended from a freaking helicopter, dripping in diamonds and flexing with an actual copy of the Declaration of Independence. Like, who does that? The theme was vote or die. And while it was supposed to be about rallying voters, it seems like there was a whole lot more going on behind the scenes. Allegedly, while the stars were snapping pics, Diddy's crew was on a mission, scouting for women to join him later. And when I say join him, I'm not talking about a group hug. Here's where it gets spicy. One of the guests, let's call her Lisa, was just trying to enjoy the party vibes, maybe rub shoulders with an A-lister or two. Then, out of nowhere, some dude slides up like he's on a secret mission. He's like, hey, Diddy's got a message for you. And guess what? The message was an invite to hang out after the party.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to, okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away, it's all good. Hey, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, now.
At first, Lisa thought, okay, kind of flattering, but then the guy made it super clear this wasn't some casual hang. He straight up said it would be an intimate time. Cue the red flags. Lisa, being the queen she is, shut it down with, oh, my husband would love to meet Diddy. And just like that, the dude's vibe flipped. He rolled his eyes and dipped faster than your Wi-Fi during a storm. But get this, Lisa's friend, she decided to roll with the crew. And when she came back, all she would say was, I shouldn't have gone. It wasn't a good time. Cryptic, right? Lisa looks back now and feels like she dodged a bullet or maybe a cannonball. Now, if you think Lisa's story is wild, buckle up. Word on the street is that Diddy had a whole system for these parties. Allegedly, he had a crew whose one job was to scout women like actual party recruiters. Their mission? Find the hottest and most unsuspecting guests and lure them into after-party situations. And let's just say, these weren't your average after parties. Apparently, this wasn't just a one-time thing either. Rumors say this party patrol was a regular deal at his high-profile events, and the whispers about secret tapes, if they're real, a lot of big names might be sweating right now. Oh, but we're not done. Let's talk about the infamous Wild King night. A former employee, Philip Pine, spilled some serious tea in a lawsuit, claiming these parties were a whole other level of wild.
Involved multiple commercial sex workers. When Combs didn't get his way,
Picture this: 5-star hotel rooms, red lights, baby oil, towels, booze, weed, and even sketchy substances allegedly laced into drinks.
He says there were often parties within those big parties, private spaces, private after parties. Word had been spreading long before the arrest.
There's always two parties. It's the public one that you know about, and then it's a private one. Maybe something like, sometimes it's like the VIP or the high-end celebrities, they go in a house. Yeah, that's common knowledge.
And the pièce de résistance? 1,100 motorized toys. Yeah, those kinds of toys. And who got stuck cleaning it all up? Pine claims it was him. According to the lawsuit, he had to scrub the rooms down, including bodily fluids, and even had to tip the hotel staff to keep them quiet. Like, how is this even real life? Now, Diddy's legal team isn't sitting this one out. They're calling the allegations baseless and saying he's never assaulted anyone. But with more stories popping up, it's getting harder to ignore the pattern. Lisa's story, Pine's claims, the consistency is kinda eerie. So, what's next for Diddy? With all these allegations piling up, it's not just his reputation that's on the line. His entire empire is at risk. Brands are already distancing themselves, and even his longtime allies might start jumping ship. And if the tapes are real, things are gonna get messy. The big question, is this the beginning of the end for Diddy, or is there more to the story? Could this be a coordinated takedown, or is the truth finally catching up to him?